Sorry, this is part two. I accidentally, and this is why I keep switching tabs on my phone, or you see me like swiping and swiping and swiping because um I have to constantly make sure that my hand is on my phone. If my hand is not on my phone will shut off and it will stop recording. So, um, I'm sorry. I had this gonna be part two to my casino story, or just me just rambling, because I'm not really here trying to talk about anything. I'm just trying to talk, just say whatever. But I forgot the last thing. I think I was talking about spiritual awakening. My spiritual awakening was like 2019, 2020, and so during so I went through a lot of things. I understand energies, and well, I have a good concept. I'm not gonna say I fully understand, but I have a good concept of energies, and I understand being at the casino was a tough place because there's a lot of energies, and there's a lot of people who are very can be in a low vibration. Not judging any of them, not critiquing any of them. It happens. I understand, but at the same time, it can be very tough. Um, um, and earlier on, I used to struggle with dealing because I wasn't so good. I wasn't familiar. I had to develop. I learned certain techniques that just made the game easier for me. Um, I used to watch certain dealers that also I used to study what they do. That also made the game easier for me because they had some tricks or things that would make the game easier for them. Um, but yeah, I love my coworkers, like my former coworkers. Like I had so much amazing experience with them. I'm very grateful. I love that place. One thing for sure, even if I was working in the worst possible environment, I will always appreciate that because for me, I try my best to just look at my own journey, my own spiritual journey, my own journey on this planet, and working there has gave me a certain level of growth because you know I I used to talk to the players. I learned how to I used to communicate more. I used to you know I was good with math, but it kept me up on my math and kept me up on my card. My card, learning how to read cards, learning the game in general. Because obviously, if you deal poker, you it's not to say you'll be a good player because it's two different things, but you'll know the game basically. Um, versus if you've never been around poker, you want to know the game. But and no, I'm not a poker player. I don't play poker. I only played it like once. I played before I got the job. Was my mom took me so I can kind of have a concept to watch what the dealers do. And the other time I played like because I wanted to at a casino boat, so I can just it was fun. You know, it was the one time I only played poker like one time, basically, um, on my own free will. But no, I appreciate. I had so much moments. Me and my coworker, every time we used to get paid, we used to go bowling, and those were some good moments. Some good moments. I very appreciative of all of those moments. I'm very grateful. Very grateful. Um, because one thing I try to always incorporate is just one thing that is very important is memories. I don't know what life will be like for everybody. Everybody have had a different life, but you want to always have those memories. I know sometimes there's bad memories and stuff like that. Memories is really because look, two people can see the same thing, but take you know, but see it differently. So everybody thinks differently. Some people may be in a negative situation or be what's called a negative situation, and they may not view it that way. That may be because that's who they are, or that may be because that's just what they learned through their journey is how to view life like that. Sometimes you learn how to view life positively by going through negative stuff because sometimes from negative situations or for bad situations, um, there's nothing but up sometimes when you think about that. But really, I don't think any situation is negative. I just think it's just a part of the growth experience. It's a part of this is the situation that is provided to you by spirit for you to grow. That's how I view it. Everybody view things differently. And that's what makes everybody unique. That's what Um, but yeah, I just think that there's so much life. For me, I think life is going to change a lot. There's going to be a lot of things that happens. Um, if you ask me, I don't know. Again, I'm spiritual, so I have watched a lot of things on YouTube. People talk about their near-death experiences. People talk about, and look, also one more thing. Just because I say I'm spiritual, then everybody in a sense is spiritual. Everybody in a sense, we're all spiritual. Everything. Um, it's not to say um it's not to say that can't think of the word. um, yeah, I don't even know. But yeah, I'm just because I'm not gonna lie. Before I guess my spiritual awakening, I was um a Christian, or I was someone who believed in God. And it's not to say I don't believe in God, but I just don't view God how people view him in the like how other people like Christians and whatever the case may be. I believe you have the power to control your own fate and stuff like that. But at the same time, everything is divinely orchestrated, so it's not like there is no divine flow or whatever the case may be. And also, the main thing is for me, and I think this is the main thing. Whatever you believe in, whatever religion you believe in, I won't judge. If you are a Christian, I'm not gonna critique you or say, "Hey, well," because look, it may work for you. This may be what works for me. That may be what works for that person. What people need to stop doing is, beating each other up and being like, hey, you need to believe what I believe in because this is what works for me. Just because that works for you doesn't mean it works for that person. You just have to have that acceptance that, well, hey, that's what works for that person. And you just gotta be accepting of that. But yeah, um, I was before, I believe I was very strong. I won't say strong Christian, because I sinned and stuff, and I um I didn't read the Bible. I wasn't that dedicated as some people. I read a little bit of the Bible, but not really. Like some people are more committed and stuff like that, which is great. But I always felt myself questioning, just questioning, and I just questioned, and I did not feel fulfilled. I was in the dark place in my life. And trust me, even when I got on my spiritual journey, I was still in a dark place in my life. But what spiritual, you know, has helped me understood is, you know, what this dark place was, how to get through it, how to be a better self, my better self, instead of just relying on God, which, again, if somebody has that mindset, there's nothing wrong with it. That's your mindset. But what I would say is you have to rely on yourself and you have to want to.
Hey, did you see the mail?
So I forgot what I was saying. I had to pause, take a breath. I think I was talking about um, Christian, being a Christian. No, there's no problem with being a Christian, but I think there's just a certain pace with I think it's two ways, It's about, you know, whatever you believe in, it's about being like, I have trust, I have faith in God, but also you gotta have faith in yourself. You have to have belief in yourself. You have to believe that you are capable. You can you can do whatever it is, because I think that's the main premises of beliefs. Because just think about it for a second. Whatever you believe in when it comes to the evil nature, I don't truly believe there is such evil, but because what people will believe to be demons and evil creatures and stuff, and yes, they can probably exist, but what I would believe is that they have no power over you. They have no power over you, and they only can have power over you if you were to give them power over you. you know if you believe, the biggest thing is belief. you know you can watch so many movies. What makes a superhero do some crazy things? What makes superheroes fight challenges they have never fought before? What makes them do these challenges or do these things that they have never done before? It's belief. If you watch anime, if you watch cartoons, honestly, when you watch the hero, you know, what's the biggest thing? What makes them go? Belief. Because there are challenges that spirit probably gives people, It may be a tough challenge. But it's to say, hey, do you have belief in yourself? Do you have belief that you can get, you know, get yourself? Do you have belief that you believe in yourself? Some people don't believe in themselves. Some people, and that's, you know, and that's okay. It's okay. We're all going through our own spiritual journey. If you don't love yourself, if you don't know how to love yourself, because it may not be you don't love yourself, it may be you don't know how to love yourself. Now, I would tell you, and it's not for me to try to be like me try to act like I'm some person who knows everything. I don't know everything. But if you wanted advice from me, I would tell you, hey, the best thing, to love yourself, because all I can do is go based off of my experiences. Just like most people, they can go based off of their experiences. But I would tell you the best way to love yourself is start small. Don't start big. Don't love yourself because you buy yourself a big fancy car. Don't love yourself. And it's cool if you do love yourself, because you have to know yourself first. You have to know what you're into, you know? If you love yourself because you make a lot of money and you work your ass off and you make sure that you're always provided for, you provide for yourself, then that's great. But if you love yourself because you spend time, you may even talk to yourself. And look, people may say you're crazy if you talk to yourself. You're not. Trust me. You're not. And I'm not just saying because I do it and you can say, well, Alfonso, you talk to yourself and you're crazy because you talk. It's not normal. Look, we live in a world where what is normal? What is considered normal? It's normal because you say it's normal, or it's normal because the government approves it. What is normal? What is the norm? It's norm. Look, nothing has to be norm just because another person makes it norm. Just like depending on the era, if everything's going this direction, if everybody is wearing these type of clothes, if everybody wearing a certain type of clothes, and you don't want to wear that certain type of clothes, it's normal because that's what everybody does. So you have to follow. How about the great leaders on this world? For example, like Martin Luther King, who stood up for something much bigger than himself. It always takes that willpower, that belief, for all these great leaders who have been on this planet. You can even say Jesus, Yeah, Jesus was guided by God, but I don't know. Ugh. Yeah, Jesus was guided by God, but still, you know how strong you have to be, how much belief. Now, yeah, it's I'm sure if you're walking in the power of God or whatever you believe in, yes, it makes everything that much easier, but it's still hard. It's just tough when people are trying to bash you or people are saying, do this, everybody's doing this. How many people you think went to school, and were bullied because people, and even not bully, bully could be a physical way or it could be a verbal way, just people saying mean things and stuff like that. Just because, hey, this person doesn't do things this way, or this person does things this way, or this person does this and does this and does this. We're different. We're all different. We all do things differently. And even if we did one thing the same or did things the same, some people, they live their life. They may not know what they're going to do tomorrow. They may be as free as a bird. They may do something different tomorrow. They may do something different the next day. They may not have anything planned out. And so that can be the most fun adventure because you don't know what you're going to get. Or that could be the most scary adventure because it's like, I'm not used to being around a person who don't got their stuff planned out. Or you could be around a person who got their life planned out, who knows what they're going to do tomorrow, who knows what they're going to do. And that could be reassuring because it's like, well, I'm around this person I trust this person because, we just do the same thing every day, or we just, we know what we're going to do. Or that could be boring because it's like, dude, do you ever change up, or do you ever just, or you could do both. It doesn't matter. That's the point. And that's what people got to realize. It doesn't matter. You know, you want to know what will make everybody come together? I can't say what will make everybody come together, but I can say what would be a good possibility. And that's not to, yes, it is to accept everybody for their differences, but that's not the thing. The main thing is for everybody to love themselves. Because only when you love yourself, you allow yourself to understand other people. You allow yourself to actually understand, because some people, they look at other people with hate in their heart, because they hate themselves, or they hate the situations, or they hate that this person is this and they're that. You can't stare with that hate in your heart. That hate in your heart will do absolutely nothing for you. It's not good. It's not good. It's something that you have to take out. You have to learn, how to love yourself. Love everything about yourself. And if you do something wrong, or if you do something that you feel is wrong, just accept it. Just accept it. Don't be, you can be hard on yourself. You can be light on yourself. People react differently. But what you want to do is just learn to love yourself. Because honestly, if you ask me, I believe we're all connected, And to me, it's like, I think like this, from a serious standpoint. If we're all connected, that tells us one part of what we are. We're connected. We love each other. There's a sense that we all know each other, but we may just not know how to know each other, and know what. But there's a sense that, yeah, because even the feeling of love, for example, and granted, I'll be honest, I have no right to. I will, by the way that this system goes, I will have no right to probably speak on love, because, well, I mean, I've never had a girl. I've never been in a relationship, But even with that being the case, who cares? It's your opinion, Just like somebody can never have played a sport before and never actually played the sport to the highest level, you still have opinions on NFL, or you still have an opinion on NBA, you still have an opinion on this, even though you may have never experienced it or done it before, or done it to that level. You still have an experience on it. So, or not experience, opinion on it. So, I give my opinion, Now, yeah, maybe this stuff can't be explained through science, with science and stuff like that. I'm sure, and I'm sure science and spiritual or whatever, it all plays hand, because at the end of the day, everything's connected. So it's not like one is not connected to the other. Everything's connected. So, for me, it's as simple as this. The biggest thing will be separation. Separation is what makes people believe everything isn't connected, and you separate yourself. You, even by simply saying that you have had this job, you have no right to speak about this job, because you have never done it before, and maybe you have never done it before, but at the same time, To say that you can't speak about something because you have never done it before, no. To say you can't speak about this because you have never done it before, no. Because honestly, I'm sure some people have never led before. To me, you don't know your true potential until you know your true potential. There's some people who have never led before, but they'll make great leaders. They just either haven't found that belief in themselves, or they just, whatever, you know. Like I said, everything happens for a reason, or I like to think. Um, but anyway, going back to love, it's like when you see that beautiful girl, when you see that girl who meets your eyes, who just, freaking, she catches you off guard. And maybe this is not for everybody, because some people, I understand how certain people speak about love, speak about stuff like that. Some people, they complain. They say that, man, love is dead. Love don't exist. Now, look, if you believe in manifestation, obviously, if you believe love don't exist, then love probably won't exist for you. Drinking water, excuse me. Give me a second. But, yeah. If you believe love don't exist, love probably won't. It's not to even say love won't exist. I think spirit does, or will give you what you need. Which means some people can think that way and they will, be brought love. To simply to know to know that it's what you need. But at the end of the day, there's so many forms of love, and there's so much, there's a lot of things to think about when you think about the word love. I've watched a lot of spiritual videos, and I've watched, just, all I know is the most important thing to do is love yourself, because trust me, you can't truly love another person until you love yourself. And I have seen it with some people, where they don't love themselves, and they're always there in a relationship. They're always arguing. They're always doing this, and I've seen it. So trust me, and even if you don't believe, or whatever the case may be, we have seen a world full of just this or that. But why not give an experiment? Why not try to see, what loving yourself does? Yes, maybe challenges will present. Maybe challenges will come. Not maybe, challenges probably will come. But, again, change your mindset. The mind is the most powerful tool. That's why the most dangerous people, or the best people, are the people who honestly have control of their mind, full control of their mind, who don't allow their mind to control them. And just because you may not allow your mind to control you, don't mean you may not do stuff that is viewed as bad or whatever. But it's just to say, you have more discipline than other people. You have more control over your mind. Trust me, loving yourself is an important step in that direction. I did, and look, you don't have to ask me or want my judgment about what it means to love yourself. Just there are videos. There's so much spiritual. There's so much videos about, you know, about souls and all this stuff that you could just watch on the internet, or you don't have to watch. You could do whatever. Listen to love music. Listen to whatever. Life will bring it to you, whatever it is you need. You know, and so it's like this. Um, I'm not gonna lie. Call me whatever you want, but I'm a romantic guy myself, or like a romantic. Even though, yeah, I've never been in a relationship, but I love romantic movies. Yes, I am a Twilight fan. You know, the thing is, I'm not afraid to express myself, and I know some people will say, "Oh, you're gay." That's the main thing that will come with that. If you're a guy and you have feminine, well, first of all, I'll tell you this: on a spiritual level, we have a feminine, we have a masculine. Masculine. You know, if you want to have good control of yourself, or be able to control your emotions very well, you need to get control over both. You need to know how to control your feminine. Your and people they can say whatever they want about it. That's why I say you gotta love yourself and you gotta trust yourself. Because when you have that, no matter what anybody says, you don't care. It don't matter to you. You don't focus, because guess what? There's gonna be people who don't agree, or who send shots your way. And they don't have to be jealous to even do it. This is just the world. The world has, some people like to say the Matrix, or whatever the case may be. And you can think of it as whatever you want to think about it, as this programming or whatever the case may be. Look, I just think we're on a journey, trying to remember who we are, trying to remember what we are, trying to remember or know what future we want. Like I said, I say this to myself many times. I don't think we ever truly know until, you're nearly dead. Until you're probably at the end of your life. And trust me, the people who are fortunate, like I'm very fortunate to be blessed with the knowledge that I have, and I'm only 22. I'll probably have a lot of life ahead of me, and you can say, no, you definitely have a lot of life ahead of you, because I'm only 22. But at the same time, you never know. You never know. So, that's why I always say probably, or, not trying to, like, I don't believe in jinxing or being like, all right, well, you're going to manifest bad. Whatever is going to happen, it's going to happen, because I just believe in what's meant to happen. What is meant to happen. And so, I don't believe in jinxing myself because I say this. I just believe that, well, if I'm meant to, then whatever. But at the same time, you never truly know until, I believe, at least, you never truly know until you're at the end, because then you can you have that thinking about your life, like how old people, no offense, but how older people were, you would think about the past, and you would reminisce about the past, and man, I was doing, if you can remember, fortunately, if you can remember, then you would think about the past, and you would think about, man, this is what was doing when I was younger. This is what, was happening, in my younger days. I remember when the world was like this. The world is changing for a reason. Trust me, it's changing for a reason. To me, it's changing to a better place, and I understand people can. Well, the world don't look like a better place. All this negative, you are what you pay attention to. Trust me, I see the world differently than you may see the world, because of what I pay attention to. So, and it's okay, you know, because look, there'll be one day when we all will receive the answers. I don't know everything, but there'll be one day when we all receive the answers, and we'll know, or whatever the case may be. But yeah. So anyway, about the film, there's nothing wrong with being that guy. People beat you up for loving. Now I understand. Don't get me wrong. I understand. I'm not gonna say simp but the people who may give too much, especially when a girl shows no interest in you. And I'm not gonna get on those. Look. I have no judgment. Now I may say things at times and stuff, but you have to understand, I'm not really the type of person to judge. Because I put myself in other people's shoes, and also, it's not my right. I have no judgment. I'm not God. I'm not the creator. I have no right to judge. And even if you were, you still have no right to judge. We're human beings at the end of the day. We make mistakes. I think that's reason why who does anything perfectly? Honestly, seriously. And even if someone did do something perfectly, what is defined as perfectly? Being a guy who lives a successful life, or who makes millions of dollars or billions of dollars, or is inventing everything, creating so much things, like being like Elon Musk. Is that what is considered perfectly? Because there will be people who will probably criticize him, whether you're rich, whether you're poor. There will always be people who criticize, They'll say you're not doing too much if you do have enough. And if you don't, they'll say you're not doing anything. So it doesn't matter. All you can do is be you, you know? Be you, and at the end of the day, you'll find out what, you know, the best. Because, I will only hope that the people who hear my message are the people who want to hear my message, or who it's meant for. Because, not everybody, it's not like millions of people are going to stare at this video, you know. If a million people did stare at this video or listen to these words, then it'll be cool. But look, I'm always about wanting to help people, and trust me, people get saved so many times that some people probably think this way. They get a lot of money, then they don't think like that. Look, even people like that, it's not even money. Look, you get money, and you may not want to speak to people, or you have every right to live life the way you want to live life. I just know that this is just my soul. This is just who I am. I can't change this. I'm a good person. Yeah, I get confused. Yes, I could be very mean, rude at times. I won't lie, but I have mainly been trying to control myself because, to be honest with you, I always thought to myself that one day, if I'm lucky enough to meet a beautiful woman, amazing woman, that I can just have my mindset right. To me, that's really the most important thing to me, because that's how I can get through life. I know maybe for other people it's easier than it's easier, but for me, it's always about just getting my mindset right and being able to just um, get myself, be in my energy, be in my own power, and be able to try my best to to be my best self, because I love people and I truly want the best for everybody. Um, I really do. And so I just, I just really want to say, you know, I love, I love every soul on this planet. But I think about, if I were to meet, because I'm a huge lovebird. Despite the fact that I have never met, um, well, I'm just not with anybody. Which there's nothing wrong with that. It's just a journey of me loving myself, and when that time comes and I'm meant to meet that person, I'll meet that person. If I'm not, then I won't, because I think like that too. What if I just spend this lifetime by myself, or you know? And there's nothing wrong with that, because love isn't everything. That's what the most important thing to understand about love. Love isn't just loving this person. Love could be loving your TV, loving the ability to be able to watch your favorite shows or whatever, or loving, playing video games, or loving your dog, your pets, whatever, loving your bed because it's so comfortable. Love can be anything. Love can be the food that you make. Love can be the food that you buy. Love could be the money. Love could be anything. So it's not about, hey, well, this person is my girl, like whatever. It could be anything. But yeah, I always want to be the best person for one day when I can eventually, have kids and